Welcome back to the channel on JaredGunstonTV. Today we have the GT-1000core on the desktop, and we're going to be taking a closer look at the software, a couple of tips and tricks, and just overall familiarizing yourself with the unit. Okay, so this is the little unit, about the same size as a human hand. And maybe the first thing you would have noticed is down the bottom here, everything I've got set to patch. Main reason I do that is because when I use an AMSIM, I don't want to be dabbling with with gain or EQ settings, because that's going to apply down my entire line of effects. So I just set them all to patch so I can just scroll about, and then you'll see knob lock is on as well. That's just as simple as pressing exit and the right button to turn it off, and you'll see what I mean. So you can just scan through all of these. So at this point in time, I've got it set up for a upcoming rehearsal. I've got an acoustic sim, a clean, overdrive, big drive, a lead, and a clean U2. That's just super delay and reverb sort of thing. And one of the features that I told you guys on the group that you really have to take a look at if you're going to be considering using this live for shows is about creating playlists and all that sort of thing. So if we go into menu, go to the right, you'll see play options. And then this section over here, minimum, maximum. I've currently got it set to 001 to 006. And that's how I'm going to treat that rehearsal. And then when it comes to my show, I'm going to change that to 0010. And I think the first half ends on around 61 or 62. Let's go 62. And then you'll notice it doesn't change until you patch up. Yeah, there you go, end. So when my show starts, I just keep flipping up drive, clean, overdrive, solo, clean, drive, solo, drive with an octave. And then the title of my next song appears, and then this patch is muted. So, you know, if you need to tune up quick or you need to let the vocalist talk a bit, at least you're not going to be making a big noise. And then so on, so on, so on. And what I enjoy about this is that you can set each patch, like for example, jungle. I'm sure we know what song we're talking about there. Now there's my drive DD. Now that's drive DD of track number 4, jungle. Yeah, and I believe that's either a tap tempo or it's going to be holding a delay for me. I'm brand new in rehearsing the show, so I'm still trying to figure it all out. Yeah, you see it holds the delay on and off. Reason I'm doing that is that intro, I haven't quite got my picking around down, up, down, up, down, up. If you've played the intro before, you'll know what I'm saying. So what I want to do is do this for the first 2 notes, just to let that open, what is it, a B string, just delay with a lot of feedback over the rest as I scroll down. Anyway, so that's that. Let's go play options. We're going to set this back to number 6, minimum on 1, exit, patch up, and we are now back to my rehearsal for this week. Easy peasy. Okay, so we're going to put knob lock back on. So because these pedals if you have to double tap the tuner or manual mode, you are definitely going to bump one of these. So that's something to just be careful of. This, I think I just need to note. I've got the knob lock on. So I'll turn it off. I'll turn it back on. So I can't do anything here. But as soon as you go into menu or here on your effects, you can still scroll around. Something I noticed though is in tuner, these all become active again. So something to be aware of. Mode normal, that's fine. Pitch 440. I was tuning my guitar and I've been using this pedal now for about a week in rehearsing, and I found one day that I sound out of tune constantly, and I thought maybe it's because I'm referencing old recordings, and it just turned out that this happened to be on 445. So that obviously happened while I was tuning. This is a feature I definitely think it would be nice if that pitch could either be lockable or it must go out of here and it must go into the menu settings, because that's definite. I can handle it, you know, if I accidentally tap this or I go into a different mode, or even through and bypass. I think this should also be set in the menu, because live you don't have time and you don't have the ability to think straight sometimes, you know. Anyway, so let's go into menu and control mode. I'm currently got the USB connected, and if you were connected to Boss Tone Studio, this would be grayed out. You wouldn't be able to access anything. And I stand to be no, wait, this unit it won't apply, but on the GT-1000 regular, if you had Bluetooth, that would also be grayed out. Controller sign, control function. This is where you just set up your three pedals. I set these two to system, and I set this one to patch. I wanted to make this system and just have this as a tap tempo, and then go into manual to turn two things on and off. But I just found that when running a show, it was easier for me to just set this as whatever I need for that song. So be it a tap tempo, or be it a flange on and off, or, you know, I'm sure you understand. Okay, and then if you page to the right, you got control 2, 3, 4, 5. If you connect, so you can add another 4 switches on this, which is really cool. Expression 1 and 2, I've got expression 1 to pedal effects because I use it as a wah pedal, and I've got my Roland EV5 on the floor. And then you've also got your manual settings. So you can see, because I didn't set control 1 to my system BPM, I've then set patch up in manual mode to system master delay on and off. And then BPM is there when I need it. I might end up swapping those around, but we'll see. I need to take it out and get onto the road and just see what you know, either it's going to come naturally or I'm going to find myself fighting it. So once I figure that out, it'll be cool. All right, so you can scroll around your assigns. I think it's 16. Yeah. And just a little feature here. I'm a bit of a, what do you call it? I like my things to be neat and tidy. So let's say, for example, if noise suppression on and off was needed to be next to when my wah comes on and off, and you just press and hold here, and then you lift that up and you place it in number 2, so that when I go to page 2 I can see everything where expression 1 is, or everything. You'll see expression 1, control 1. I like it all neat and tidy. And you might see maybe that would have grabbed your attention 0 and 2, not 0 and 127. The reason I do that is I like my expression pedal to I like my expression pedal to turn on my wah literally as soon as that toe moves slightly forward. Turns on my wah, and that's how you get that 0 and 2. I give it the 1 just in case you slightly tap it or don't put it down all the way. So, and if you set that to press there, I like this feature on the pedals now. Where would it be? Pedal effects. I can't remember exactly where it is. Most people would think it's pedal wah. No, it is not. It is pedal effects. There, on and off. And then you would turn that on. And then you would have to just make sure in your effects, here's pedal effects, that it is set here the way you like it. Alright, so let's keep going. That's that. Patch MIDI. I'm sure that's self-explanatory. I haven't gone too deep into MIDI yet. LED color, I haven't done anything there yet because I'm still learning, getting a feel for the pedal. So I'm not going to be changing any colors. Tempo hold, very important. You want that on for pretty much every patch that you create. Because if you're tapping a delay in clean and then you go over to a lead boost, you want your lead to echo in the same at the same sort of variant that you've set. And just something you need to pair up with that setting is your delay. When you scroll all the way to the end, these little notes appear. So you decide what you want them to be. Quarter in, quarter note, 16th, 8th, or dotted. You know what I'm saying. So you set that, and then all the patches, if you keep that tempo hold on, and then just every now and then you just tap that beat in your song, all your patches will delay beautifully in the same time. Tempo hold, I think that's it for this menu. Yeah. Okay, in and out settings. Input, very, very important. You can see here it says Cyrus. I've got a Myris, and I've got Sin, because I've got a Sinister Gates guitar as well. You can see the different levels. So when you change your guitar, if you find that your guitar isn't quite attacking, or it's dying off because of the gates, you come and make sure you're peaking at the same level. That's why this guitar of mine was a lot softer. I had to boost it up to 11, and I still feel like I boost that another 2 or 3 just to get the same sort of reaction out of the pedal. Okay, sub out. Oh wait, no, did we miss outputs? Yes. You got an output select. I recommend recording. I've never gone through any of the amps because I don't use amp. I use these straight to PA. Global EQ, here's some how do I move? Is it here? Here's some settings I recommend you try. Low cut at 100, high cut at 6.3, and 2.5 -3 on an 8Q. I've got -10 because I think I set my patches quite loud. Okay, sub out, same thing, global EQ, output select, and output level 50. I'm not going to touch that until I eventually use the sub out. And now there's a way to use the sub out through one of the effects loops on the back, which I thought was quite interesting, which I will show you shortly. Total, your noise gate, and your reverb. If some venues are maybe just a bit more verby than you would like, you could always just dial that back a bit. And if your noise gates, maybe you get a new guitar or don't have time to set up an input and you just feel your gates are cutting in too quickly or not cutting in soon enough, you can adjust that. USB audio, I would just leave that for now. or else when it comes to recording through this device, you are not going to enjoy it. Rather fully understand what's going on here, or don't at all. It's set up perfectly to record your master out, your sub out, and a dry out, and you can send the dry back through the dry channel, and then you can tweak your sounds on the go. Okay, input output, that's where I was. Hardware settings. Okay, knob. This is where I just applied everything to patch. I don't want to be dabbling with the settings on the go, because once I'm set, the only thing I ever want to have to maybe adjust is my master EQ. Amp control, lat, pulse, invert. I haven't had an amp in years, so hopefully that makes sense to some of you. Expression hold, on and on. What I think that is that when you change patches, it holds the position of where your expression pedal is, which maybe is something I might consider turning off if it is the case, because if I wanted to bring a shimmer in all the way toe down, and then all my other patches, that would be the same position as my wah and solo boost all the way down, I might want to turn that off, so I can go shimmer all the way up, the reverb happens, I change patches, and then I just bring that toe down when I have a solo. Anyway, expression hold, ground lift. So here you've got output, ground, or the output lift. You see the little diagram change. I thought this was quite interesting. I don't remember seeing this before, but maybe it's just because of the new display. You see type 1, send and return are both connected. Your type 2, send isn't connected and return is. Type 3, send is, return isn't. Maybe, you know, if you're on a stage and it's very noisy, maybe one of those settings can help. Auto off, I like to leave that on, especially when I was doing theater work, because sometimes you leave and forget to turn off your stuff. I didn't really forget, but should something happen, at least, you know, after a couple of hours it turns off. It's normally like 4 hours or something. LCD, I used to have to set this to 2, but I see this one's a lot brighter, so, well, not brighter, but more responsive. So 5 seems to be the thing. This is what I was talking about earlier. Send 1 and send 2 settings. You can now make that a sub, or that is both of them, maybe even a sub. Sub out, auxiliary mute. I don't really know what that is. I'd have to look it up. Control 4 and 5 setting. It can be an amp control or a control in. Also handy for maybe if you were running. I suppose your amp control comes out of that, doesn't it? Okay, so that's that one. Input, output, hardware settings, tuner. That's all there. Again, like I said, I would like this to be locked. Lockable and only set there, not through the double tap on the pedal. Metronome, it's all there. When I wake up. No, don't sing. Okay. And that's that. Yeah, here's one. Maybe for, you know, some of the proggy guys. Or not. Okay, play option. I was in there earlier. Very important. This section here, so that you can never go past and always start your patches on where your show or gig begins. All right, guys. But thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe, be creative, and keep playing. And I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.